What is up, guys? A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook. Hope you all had a fantastic day yesterday, and let's dive in. So here we have the daily chart on euro dollar. Euro dollar is obviously still internally bullish, with this being your high, this being your low, this being your higher high. At the moment, we've pulled back in towards this area of daily demand, and straight away we have seen a wick reaction. Now, what I'm looking at the moment is kind of the corrective nature that we're coming into towards the downside. So I'm keeping my eyes open for a daily shift in the overall fractal structure. For the rest, not really seeing that much on the daily time frame. Obviously, if we look at the overall daily swing structure, it's still bearish from this high all the way down in towards this low, and we're waiting for the internal low over here to break to then see confirmation for that further downside. Now, that's pretty much the daily. Focusing on the 4-hour time frame now, if we look at the 4-hour, what we can then see is that shorts still are looking pretty good. The overall order flow is still in towards the downside. We still have this fresh area of 4-hour demand, which lies within that area of daily demand. Now, what we're just purely going to be doing is that we're just going to be following the overall momentum in towards the downside over here. And what I'm now looking for is a potential short from this area of supply, which is the last buy for the sell-off in towards the downside, breaking this overall internal structure. So keep my eyes out for a further short in towards the downside to reach this area of demand. So I'll be looking at the 15-minute time frame today for those potential entries. What I like about this high over here is that we've now kind of liquidated this high. So what I'm now going to be looking for is a momentum shift over here on euro dollar to then see that further downside continuation occur for the rest of today. So that's euro dollar. Now moving on in towards the dollar index. So the dollar index overall, what have we been seeing? Well, once again, we saw a reaction obviously yesterday in towards downside. Then what happened is that we broke this overall fractal high. So now that we've broken this fractal high, what does that mean for price? Well, it means that supply is now demand. So this is now your area of demand, because this is the sell for the buy, which broke this fractal high. We've obviously made a pullback in towards the doji candle over here. And if we just quickly draw out the overall premium versus discount tool, what you can see is that we still had some room to move in towards the downside. But what I'm now actually focusing on, to be honest, is this break of structure, because I do consider this now a 4-hour BOS. This is now your break of structure. So this is now your swing low. So this is now your protected low. So we should see the dollar index continue higher from within this zone. So if you want additional confirmation for your entries, make sure to look at the 15-minute time frame. Well, the 15-minute time frame is not that clear. As you can see, just one big downside push, no real structure inside of there. So I'll be mainly just focusing on the higher time frame plan, and that is looking at the 4-hour time frame and identifying, okay, maybe we could just start moving up from inside this area of demand, stop loss below the lows, and then take this into consideration when you trade these other dollar pairs. So now moving on in towards Aussie dollar. So Aussie dollar, what is going on over there? Well, obviously still messy, as I mentioned in yesterday's video. As you can see, in line with the euro dollar and pound dollar, we did see a further sell-off in towards the downside, change of character on this low. For the rest, yeah, this means that this is now your supply zone, so we should continue down lower. But again, you should also continue up higher due to the fact that we're swing bullish still. So what I'm now doing is I'm just staying out of Aussie dollar. What I'm going to be waiting for is a break of this high over here. Then we look for those longs back up towards one of the two supply zones. So that's that for Aussie dollar. Not really focusing on that. Main pairs that I'm focusing on for today are euro dollar and pound dollar. So pound dollar is now in supply. As we can obviously see, we had the corrective price action, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, and then we saw the aggressive sell-off. So pretty much yesterday's expectation played out. So what we can now do is that we can now look for shorts within this area of 4-hour supply. Obviously, we've made a pullback in towards premium, so in towards the gray zone, meaning that shorts are high probability. We have supply, we have liquidation. So we pretty much have everything that we require. This is, by the way, your liquidation high. So we have the liquidation, we have the market structure, we have the supply. So I'm now looking for shorts, but bullish momentum is pretty strong this morning. So what I'm now doing is I'm looking at the lower time frame to see, okay, can we see a shift in the overall momentum? Again, this is also considered a liquidity high, so I would like to see this high get taken out. Supply demand traders selling this order block over here in towards the downside. So what I'll be looking for is a liquidation of that high and then a reaction and kind of like a shift in the overall market structure from a higher zone. So that's the short that I'm looking at for today on pound dollar. Now moving on in towards Kiwi dollar. So Kiwi dollar, what are we seeing over there? So obviously, Kiwi dollar is still a little bit choppy. Overall, what happened is that after seeing a break of structure, you expect to pull back. However, the overall swing range is from that high in towards this low. So it's actually very, very tiny. Now, personally, what I'm going to be looking for, or at least what I can see, is that there's a lot of liquidity being built up above this trend line. So I would not be surprised if Kiwi dollar does skyrocket in towards the highs very, very soon. But for that to happen, what do we need? Obviously, we've now seen a change in fractal structure. So a change in fractal structure within this swing structure. What does that mean? Well, it means you're seeing a change in fractal structure inside the overall premium of this swing range. So it's still very low probability to just start buying within here, because obviously the swing range is the strongest form of market structure. So what I'm actually waiting for is just a push up higher, maybe some more continuation, some more bullish intentions, break and close above this high, pull back, and then we look for upside continuation in towards that area of supply. So that's what I'm looking for on Kiwi dollar. Now, last of all, obviously, we're going to be looking at gold. So what can we see on gold? Gold is still stalling within our area of demand, still looking for further upside as long as this overall low over here is protected. So as long as we do not break that low, still expecting further upside. I can see that we're currently kind of breaking this 4-hour fractal high, going in towards the 15-minute. What can we see? Well, obviously, we are now breaking above these highs, so we can look for that further upside continuation on gold. So that's what I'm doing for the rest of today. If we do see that further upside continuation, obviously this is the first liquidity high target that we're targeting. And then second of all, we want to start moving in towards 2047. So first of all, 2039 is the main level that we're going to be gaining. And then after that, we're going to be moving in towards 2047. So a short breakdown of the market for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Pound dollar, euro dollar shorts are the main setups that I'm looking at for today. If you have any questions, make sure to join Discord, sharing some trade setups over there, and obviously some live sessions, and a new educational video is coming today. So wish you all a fantastic day. Thanks for watching. Bye.